Hello, everybody. You know, I saw something earlier this week that was really troubling to me. Benjamin Netanyahu comes in at the airport. President Biden ain't there to greet him. Ain't nobody seen President Biden at the time. People are asking for proof of life because he's went and hid somewhere, supposedly. Personally, man, it could be weekend at Bernie's for all we know. But not only was he not there to meet him, Kamala wasn't there to meet him. Then they have him come into D.C. and they say that this one met with him and they say that one met with him. I'll just tell you, I don't know what to think about the whole thing.
I'm Rabbi Pesach Walicki, and you're watching Eyes on Israel. Over the past few months, the Biden administration has become more and more open about their desire to remove Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. In early March, the administration hosted Benny Gantz, Netanyahu's main rival, and they treated him like a head of state. He met with Kamala Harris, with senior State Department officials, and leaders in the Senate.
Then Kamala gets up there and makes her a speech about how there's got to be a two-state solution and going to get hard with Bibi and all this other stuff. Well, this is what everybody's reply should be to what she has to say about a two-state solution.
Then, on March 14th, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer took to the floor of the Senate and blasted Israel. He called on Israel to go to new elections. That's right, he called for new elections in a different country. He sharply criticized Prime Minister Netanyahu and called him, quote, an obstacle to peace. Let's understand what's really happening here. Considering how inconceivable it is that Schumer would go off like this without the sign-off from the administration, Schumer's attacks on Israel should be taken as much more than a personal opinion. The speech was full of outdated foreign policy talking points and slanders against Israel worthy of an Ivy League Hamas rally. And it's worth listening to.
Nobody expects Prime Minister Netanyahu to do the things that must be done to break the cycle of violence, to preserve Israel's credibility on the world stage, and to work towards a two-state solution.
Listen up, Chuck. First of all, when it comes to the prosecution of the war on Hamas, Prime Minister Netanyahu is doing exactly what needs to be done to, quote, break the cycle of violence.
You know, it's like this right here. These people up there are continuously sticking their nose in things that they have no business sticking their nose in. Since when do members of our government take the side of the enemies of our allies? I mean, let's be honest here. Israel is our ally. There is no nation of Palestine. Israel is our ally. That would be like, well, let's say if Netanyahu came over here and said, well, I tell you what, you want us to have a two-state solution? How about you have a two-state solution? How about if you take Texas and Arizona and give it to the Hispanics and make that a Hispanic nation here in America? That's the equivalent of what they're being asked to do. Except for the Hispanic people that have invaded our country haven't picked up military operations and attacked a city yet and started taking hostages and raping and killing people. Kamala Harris, I'm just going to say it like it is. She's a nut job that don't know what she's talking about. She's a radical that wants to overthrow America and destroy it. They want to take our country and split it on every fault line they can find. Race, sex, creed. I mean, they'll be wanting to kill people with freckles for you know. These people want to destroy America. And not only do they want to destroy America, they want to destroy every sovereign nation. That's their gig. That's what they do. Because I think a lot of people haven't figured out yet that the people that everybody likes to call liberals aren't liberal. They're not liberals. We don't need to be calling them liberals. What they are is authoritarians. They're also Luciferians. That's right. I said it. They're Luciferians. You can take their, guiding principle. The book by Saul Alinsky that he wrote, that they all love to quote all the time and follow. He dedicated that book to Lucifer, the first rebel, won himself a kingdom. They continuously tell you to say one thing and do another, and to hold your enemies to their principles, whether it makes sense or not. You try to you build a straw man argument saying this is what the people that you're up against, this is what their principles say. You don't ask them what their principles say. You tell people what their principles say, which is not true. He is. But you go out and make this statement that their principles say this, and then you try to hold them to those principles. Well, I'm not going to play that game. Look, it's real simple. I follow the Lord's word. The Lord said, if you try to divide my land, I'll divide your land. They're already trying to divide our land. It's not their land, it's our land. These people get in these offices that they 2/3 of the time steal. I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot of people that really believe that they've won elections. But it's as simple as this right here. When they get in there, they start immediately trying to subvert everything our nation's based on. They go up there, they take an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States, and what's the very first thing they do? They start trying to change that Constitution and start telling you which pieces of it they're going to enforce and which pieces they're not. You know, I don't understand why people have tolerated this as long as they have. But what we need to understand, for sure and for certain, they're not on our side. They're not looking out for the best interest of this nation. I'll tell you why they hate Donald Trump. It's because he said, "Make America great again." They keep trying to say MAGA is some kind of terrorist thing or some type of racist thing or some type of prejudice thing. It's a white supremacy. No, it has nothing to do with color. What it has to do with is making America great again. It's not anything to do with suppressing anybody's rights. After World War II, America was known worldwide as the greatest manufacturing hub in the world. We were the greatest manufacturing hub in the world. All he wants to do, all any of us want to do, is to return America to the greatness of being the greatest manufacturing and intellectual property hub of the world. In other words, we make the best inventions, the best technology. Everybody in the country prospers. I'm just going to tell you like it is. They're the racists. Not only are they racist, they're poverty pimps. They're limousine liberals and race hustling poverty pimps. That's what they are. And they want poor people kept down. They don't give a damn what color your skin is. If you're poor, they don't like you.